till I can't no more.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is attacked.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Protocol 36. Today we'll be theorizing who will be the main villain in the next Spider-Man film. Since Marvel and Sony are working together again, we know that their plan is for now to do villains that haven't appeared in live action films yet, like they have with Vulture and Mysterio. We know that the villain is a member of the Sinister Six in the comics, as that is Marvel's and Sony's plan, as said by Amy Pascal. Quote, these villains that we now have in our universe happen to be characters that are in the Sinister Six. There may be something that happens with that, end quote. So which villain could it be? Taking into consideration of the situation that Peter Parker is in after the events of Far From Home, where Mysterio and J. Jonah Jameson revealed Peter's secret identity, one villain that has a good chance of appearing and paying off the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Homecoming would be Scorpion. As I mentioned the last time we saw, Matt Gargan was in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Homecoming, in prison asking Adrian Toomes for the identity of Spider-Man, which Toomes kept a secret to himself as Peter saved his and his daughter's life in the film. However, now that the secret is out for the rest of the world, criminals like Matt Gargan knows exactly what to do with that information when he's out. So, assuming that the behind-the-scenes photo of the Daily Bugle reporting that Spider-Man went missing after Far From Home, J. Jonah Jameson could hire a criminal like Matt Gargan to undergo a human enhancement experimentation and make a deal with him to cut his sentence short if he could capture Spider-Man, as he is now a criminal to the public. Something similar to that happened in the Stan Lee and Steve Ditko comics, which was Scorpion's actual origin story, but instead of being a PI like in the comics, he's a criminal. Another villain could be Alistair Smythe, aka Spider Slayer. Even though he appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 as a cameo scolding Max and always looking down upon him, though Smythe wasn't exactly used in the film as a villain, and it's debatable if most people even remember that Smythe was in the film. Also, you can have his father Spencer Smythe in the film help curate the Spider Slayer, or even say that Spencer Smythe and Alistair Smythe were in London during the events of Far From Home, and say that his father died during the battle. And now that the event was pinned on Peter, he knows exactly who to go after and get his revenge, which would motivate him to build these Spider Slayers to go after Peter. Kinda like Zemo in Civil War, where his family died in Sokovia during the Age of Ultron fight. With Alistair, he could not only use his brains to fight Spider-Man but also provide a physical one. However, I think this is unlikely, as Alistair could be a member in the MCU's version of the Sinister Six. He was never a member in the comics. So, of all the villains they could use, I think he's a very unlikely choice. Now the next villain it could be, and most likely will be, is Kraven the Hunter. He's been rumoured to appear as the main villain, and John Watts, the director of Homecoming and Far From Home, even said that Kraven is a villain that he wants in the next film. It's been reported that he's in talks with Marvel and Sony to return. It's a good chance that he'll actually return to direct the threequel. The writers of Far From Home even said that they want Kraven, and fans are desperate for Kraven to finally show up in the big screen as a Spider-Man villain, and that this could be the chance. It would make a lot of sense given the context of what's going on, and Kraven could not only challenge him in a physical fight, but also provide an emotional fight, as maybe someone could die in this film. J. Jonah Jameson could hire a bounty hunter like Sergei Krivonoff, who may have already been studying Spider-Man for years, ever since he became Spider-Man, as he may never have seen someone like Spider-Man, who's basically a human who have the characteristics of a spider. So from there, he would have the advantage against Peter, and now that he's been exposed, Kraven may see this as an opportunity to go after Parker. And you can tie this with Dimitri in Far From Home, and say that he's been helping Kraven gain data on Peter and his personal life. It's also worth noting that Sony are planning on making a Kraven the Hunter solo film and may have Spider-Man in it, according to the director. This could be a reason why Kraven wouldn't be in the film, but we know how badly Sony wants to connect their universe to the MCU. Overall, I think Kraven seems to be the more likely villain of Spider-Man 3. he including Scorpion would make the most sense, as they've both been members of the Sinister Six in the comics. I wouldn't be surprised if the film has both Kraven and Scorpion working together to take down Spider-Man, but Kraven is most likely calling the shots and making him the main villain of the film. However, what do you guys think? Who do you think will be the main villain in Marvel Studios Spider-Man 3? Be sure to tell me in the comments down below and let me know. If you enjoyed this, please like, and want more, subscribe to begin Protocol 36.